Okay, we need to graph negative a half and 1 1/3 on the number line. We want to graph these exactly, not just say, well, it's somewhere in here. So we'll talk about how to do that. Starting with the negative a half. Since that one is a proper fraction, meaning the numerator is smaller than the denominator, that tells us that it's between 0 and 1, or if it's negative in this case, it's between 0 and negative 1. So we know it's somewhere in between here, but like I said before, we want to graph it exactly, not just say it's somewhere in the middle here. So what we need to do is look at the denominator. The denominator tells you how many pieces to cut up your object into. So whether it's pies or pizzas, or in this case, if it's just a line, then we need to cut that line into 2 pieces, because that's what the denominator tells us. So I'm going to just do that here. We make 1 cut, and now we have 2 pieces. Then the numerator tells you how many of those pieces we want, like how many slices of pizza or pie, or in this case, how many marks that we're going to move over. So we're starting at 0, and we're going to move over 1 in the negative direction, right there. And so that is negative 1/2. Okay, let's try 1 1/3. The idea is the same, but since this one is a mixed number, meaning there's a whole number part and a fraction, we're going to start by finding the whole number. So it's positive, that means we're over here at 1 on the number line. And we're going 1/3 of the way to 2. Okay, again, it's somewhere in the middle, but we don't want to just guess. So you look at the denominator again. That tells you how many pieces to cut up the space between 1 and 2. So if I cut this into 2 pieces now, or 2 cuts, I now have 3 pieces. And the numerator again tells us how many sections we need to move over. So if you're starting at 1, we want to go over just 1 section right there. So that is 1 1/3. Okay, so that's how you graph fractions exactly. You look at that denominator, cut that into the number of pieces, and then the numerator is the number of places that you're going to move over.